think we are a going finally. So I always like to wait for a few minutes until I have some people coming in. Let's make sure we don't have an echo going here. Looks good on my end. I hope it looks good on you guys' end as well. Let's see. And of course, as usual, I'm still doing a spot of setup here. So if you could bear with me. Let's see what we have here. I'm trying to make sure I can see the chat. That's what I'm doing. So if you're coming on the replay, what I'm going to be doing today is I'm just going to be relaxing and coloring with y'all and doing a bit of chatting. So hello to everybody coming on. Let me make sure. Yeah. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started because I don't think I'm going to be on as long as I was yesterday. That probably was the longest live stream that I've been on. It was like 3 hours. It was over 3 hours long. I didn't realize it was going to be that long. So if you are here, if you're able to chat with me, just let me know if you can hear me speaking and the video looks good and everything, so we can start off on the right foot. Because I know sometimes my systems thingies are like kind of wacky, but I think we're on point for today. But I still would love to know if you can hear me, if you can see me, just let me know. So, if you are new to the channel, I just wanted to say welcome. I checked my stats today and I actually have over 4,000 subscribers. So I want to thank all the subscribers who watch and leave comments. I really appreciate it. And it just, it helps me to want to do this more because, it's a free thing for me, kind of a little bit of a hobby coming on YouTube, but also I get to be with people that are like minded like me, so that's very nice. So, if you are new to the channel and you're not a subscriber, you can hit the subscribe button by hitting the little button below, the red button that says subscribe, and then also hit the notification bell right next to it so that you'll be notified when more videos like this one come out or whenever I just kind of come on the spur of the moment coming on here. Hi, Lynn. How are you doing? I'm still trying to move things around on my screen so I can see properly and watch the chat. Also, just be aware that there is a delay on the chat. So if you all tell me something and it doesn't seem like I'm responding to it, that's just because I haven't seen your comment just yet, because it just takes a few moments before I can see the comments on here. Also, I always like to let people know that I do have an Etsy shop as well. So if you see something that I have here and I mention that it's in the shop, you can just go over there and check it out for yourself and see it. I sell journals and journal supplies over there, and that's at pleasantcreations.com. There's a link below in the description, and I also created a discount code for all of my YouTube fans. And guess what the code is? YouTube fans. So the code is below. You just put that in at at checkout if you decide to purchase anything. Okay, again, like I said, I'm just going to be coloring. I'm not doing anything wacky. I did a couple of journaling pages yesterday. Hello, LL. And thank you, Lynn, for the congrats on the number of subscribers. I started this channel in 2013 and it has evolved over time. So at this time in my crafting journey, we're all about, art journaling, mixed media, and things like that. And sometimes a hint of planning, because I'm not doing a lot of planning anymore. Not planning, decorating anyway. But you may see some of those videos coming up as well. So I wanted to give you guys, look at this. This came out so nice. This was from yesterday. So you can see how it looks. it looks better up close like this than it does when I have it on the desk. So I wanted to show you. After I got off, I went back in and I put like these little threads there on here. So that was one of the layouts that I did. And I'm not going to pull the other book out, but I really love the way this came out. So I was really impressed with the inks that I had. All right, LL, go over there and pick up some of the goodies over there in pleasantcreations.com. So some people get confused when I say go to the Etsy shop and go to Pleasant Creations because they think it's two different sites, but it's not. If you just put in Pleasant Creations, it'll take you right to the shop. All right, so I am going to go ahead and kind of go into the cloud. So let's go here. All right, and then what I want to do is show you all some of the coloring books that I'm using right now. So this one right here is Romantic Country, and I'm not going to be coloring in this one. I thought about it. I have a few pages that I've started, but I haven't actually done any. I mean, completed. Like here's one right here. Let me take me off the screen so you all can see better. All right, here we go. So this is what we're looking at here. And I did this a long time ago, and I just never finished like the background because most of it is complete actually. And this is in the Romantic Country, a fantasy coloring book. I love this coloring book. And you see I have a unfinished one with the bear in the circus here, and I have an unfinished one. Sometimes I'll just go in every now and then do like a little bit. And this page is actually complete. The book is a little bit big, so it's hard to see. And thank you, Lynn. I love that layout that I did yesterday. It was fantastic. It was phenomenal. It took a lot out of me. I'm still tired from yesterday. And let's see. And this one, it's not finished yet. You can see. But I'm getting kind of good with like the shading and the layering. And I'm starting to realize that I don't have to press so hard with my colors because I normally do. So if I stop talking, I'm probably just reading the comments. And we said, let's see. So Crafty Research says she started making some journals. I love making the journals. And they are relaxing, and it's like you can really be nice and crafty with it when you're you're just putting the pieces together, and it's a nice feeling. So I got these two books right here, and these are mine too. And this one is the Happy Doodles. It's Posh Coloring Book, Happy Doodles, and this one is the Vintage Designs. So I'm going to show you inside of the Vintage Designs. Now, these coloring books I have up in my Etsy shop because I was able to get a hold of a few of them, but these are actually my books. So I'm going to be coloring in them, but I wanted to just, I'll probably do like a proper flip through of them, but I just wanted to kind of show you some of the pages. And what I really like about this is that any level colorer can use these, because sometimes, I'll tell you, with these adult coloring books, sometimes it is like it's crazy detailed, but these books have like something for everybody. So it has some very intricate patterns and some that are not so intricate, like this one. So I want like this. That probably would drive me crazy. On the other hand, I could go to something like that and I would be okay. So I like these books. So this one is the vintage book here. Again, I'll probably do a flip through on these books. And then this one is the one I'm going to be using today, and I've already have some patterns. I think you all saw like the owl. I love this book the most. This one I love the most, and it has animals, and it has some people in it, and a mix, and fishies, and butterflies, and you name it. And then I think I showed this page right here. Isn't that awesome? Look at that, y'all. I feel like an artist. And I'm starting to learn how to do the backgrounds too, so that's nice. And let's see, I have this page that I did in here. And this one was really nice because it didn't take me like a long time to do it. So I was proud of myself. And this one I started, but I haven't finished yet. So I don't know what I'm going to do for today. Maybe I'll do like this one because it seems a bit simple. I don't know if I'm going to finish the pages today. I'm probably only going to be on for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, if that long, because I am kind of tired today. But I've been saying that I was going to come on and start doing our little coloring thing again. And I was really excited to come on and chit chat with you all. So if you are into coloring as well, give this video a thumbs up because I just, it's gonna be so relaxing. I would if I could play music, I would play some music, and then something that we all know. Because sometimes the music that people play on their videos is just, ugh, I don't enjoy it. Let's put it that way. So I'm just kind of looking for a page that I think I would enjoy doing while we're on. I think I'm gonna do this one because I like the florals. So this is where we're gonna be. Ooh, Crafty, you making some bread and it smells good. I always say when food smells in the house, I always say it makes the house smell like Sunday. Because I remember when we used to go to church, and my grandmother used to come home. We used to come home from church and all the food would be done and the house would smell good. And I'm like, now who was cooking the food? Because we were at church, but obviously grandma got up early and she fixed us some food. Yeah, that baking smell, yeah, it really ignites the senses, right? Makes me want some cookies now that you mentioned it. I just got like a piece of paper out. And today I'm just going to be using my Prismacolors in the tin box. And I did a video on this. This is where my 150 pack is at. So I took it out of the big box and I put it in a case. And I actually did a review on this case. So you can check that out on the channel also. And it has like 4 compartments. I actually have them open. So you can see this. And I think there is a link below to this too. So I'm trying to get it all in the camera. I actually have the camera kind of focusing so guys can see me when I'm coloring. And so it holds all 150 and I still have some room to grow in here. So that's really nice. So since I haven't finished some of the pages, there's one page that I'm working on and I need like some specific type of um, some specific pencils, so I just left them in here so I won't, if I put them back in the 150 pack, I'll never be able to figure out which ones I was using before. So I'm just going to use this one that has the 24 in it in the 10. And sometimes I like just using the 10 instead of using like my big pack of 150 because sometimes less is more. Less is more. Sometimes I have too many choices, and so I'm just going to use this one. So see, and that's going to be enough for this job. And then I also took out my colorless blender, and because I like blending things together. And yeah, I just have like this mason jar. Just took this out the kitchen, and this is what I put my shavings in. And I know I could go ahead and dump this. It would be all right, but I don't know. I kind of like to look at the shavings. Did you all know, this is a fun fact. Did you know that worms like eating pencil shavings? I didn't know that. I had a worm farm before. If y'all want to hear about the worm farm a little bit, I'll tell you about it. But I had a worm farm. And then these little doohickeys right here, they go on your pencil. So I actually got these from the dollar store. And then when you're writing, if you're doing a lot of coloring or writing, this kind of buffers your hand from the hard pencil so you won't get like calluses and stuff. So I just kind of stuck that down in here. And it's good to have a good pencil sharpener though. This pencil sharpener is okay, but I tried to find like a good pencil sharpener to sharpen my pencils, and also try not to sharpen your pencils to death like I do. All right, so what I think I'm going to do first, though, is hold on. I'm going to get, this is my container of paint pens. So, yeah, Crafty, I think you're talking about the case. That case is awesome. The case is awesome. And I like it because even when I travel, like you can take it on a plane, you can take it, you can put it in your bag, you can take it in the car. It's awesome, and you have all of your pencils. So they can be a little heavy and cumbersome, but it's nice to have them anyway. So I'm going to do the background, and I'm going to try to do my background in blue. So if you saw some of the other pages, like this one, I actually use one of the craft smart pens to do the background in black. So this time I'm going to use some pens. And when I first started doing this, I was wondering how people did their backgrounds, and they just use like either watercolors or they use like the paint pens. I'm sure there's some other like the Posca pens people use, but I don't have any Posca pens. So hey Truth, I'm glad to see you here. So we're just getting started in our coloring books, and this is the coloring book I'm using today, the Happy Doodles coloring book, which again if you're interested in this particular coloring book, I have it up in my Etsy shop. So if you go over to Pleasant Creations, it's there. All right, so with these paint pens, you got to shake them. And there's like a little ball inside too, so you can hear the ball when it's going. You hear it? Because if you don't hear the ball going, then it's not mixed up. So you got to mix things up a little bit. So, what did I do with my little papers here? All right, so what do you all want to talk about today? Because that's all I'm doing today is chatting. I'm not doing anything in particular. I'm just going to start coloring this page. But I do need... Oh, let's do this. Let me use this. This is just a piece of wax paper, and I'm going to put it behind here. Because I noticed when I use the paint pens, because I kind of go deep on the paint pens, that it might bleed through a little bit. So keep it from bleeding through on the other page, just in case. Doesn't hurt. Sometimes they don't, but just in case, we're gonna do this. So I know the camera seems like it might be at a little bit of a weird angle, but I did that on purpose, so you could kind of see what I'm doing. So we need our glasses, or else this is gonna be a crazy page. So I'm going to use the small one. So the pack that I got these markers in a pack from Michael's. And it is the Craft Smart paint pens. And they're very good. They do a good job. So now this is probably going to take me longer to do than anything else. But if I don't finish by like... I'll say, yeah, like around 45 minutes, I think. I'm probably going to wrap it up. I'll just save it for next week. So I'm going to try to come back on weekly again. So I'm trying to concentrate. So Truth says she needs a relaxing voice. I got you, girl. I got you. I'm trying to keep my voice. I've seen some of those videos, like only a little bit because it kind of drove me crazy a bit, where people, they whisper while they're coloring. And I don't really get that. I don't get the whole whisper thing, but I was like, okay, y'all do that little whisper thing. So I don't think I'll be doing that on here, but let me start with the bigger one. Let's do that one. I was gonna do black again, but I'm trying to do some things differently. Like when I'm using my crafting supplies, I try to use like different supplies when I'm doing like the mixed media or collages. I try to use different things instead of using the same thing all the time. But sometimes I just like using I just want to use music pages or whatever. All right, so we can get this show on the road here. The little pen I'll use to go around the edges. So I don't really have like a good technique for putting this down, but it works for me. You have to kind of develop your own techniques. Now today is actually a really good day to do the coloring too because it is raining like nobody's business. Nobody's business outside. And that makes it's kind of relaxing. I kind of woke up and it was raining today. Florida has really weird weather. It's like cold and rainy, but I don't mind it. Because I like the change because in the summertime it's the same old thing. It rains every afternoon. You wouldn't think it would rain in Florida. It's like monsoon season in the summertime. It rains every day and it's hot during the day. So I don't mind when it's cold. Alright, so I think we got to get this going because you have to push these pins in like that. Get the color flowing. I should have did that to begin with because my color is not flowing good. And now it's flowing good. I was thinking, man, I'm going to run out of ink trying to do my page like this, but who cares? These things were so cheap. I could definitely go get more if I need it. They're going to come, this is going to come out kind of streaky too, but again, I don't care. I think I have a way to fix that, but fix the streakiness. I love this coloring book though. When I saw these, I was like, I gotta get these coloring books because they're not so detailed that it's gonna make me crazy. Oh, it's supposed to snow. Ooh, I remember when I was a kid because I grew up in an area where it snowed, and I remember as a kid, like at nighttime, you know, it wasn't snowing or anything, and you wake up in the morning, and of course, everything was covered with snow. And what I remember the most about snow days is how quiet it is when you go outside. It's like the snow kind of cushions things. It's so peaceful. I think about one thing about me is that I always remember like the peaceful times. Like mornings are like my favorite times because it's so peaceful. And I always say that morning is a time when people haven't stirred the air up yet, so it's nice and peaceful. So I always, even when I was a little kid, I recognized like peaceful times like that. Like when you go outside and our block was relatively quiet where we lived at, so it wasn't like a lot of cars going down the street or anything. So it was nice and peaceful. So I'm gonna go back around the edges in a bit so it'll look quite nice. Let's get this going again. Oh, Crafty says she moved to Alabama from Michigan to avoid it, and it followed you. You didn't go far enough south. You had to go even further. I think I went just the right amount because if I would have went any further south, I'd have been burning up. I don't have anything against the heat, but I don't want to burn up. Oh, let me do on this side. You know what I should do? Let's get... I'm gonna put some washi tape on here. I'm gonna try to get some washi tape that's not so sticky and put it down so I won't mess the other page up. I think this was kind of sticky. Trying to find some of my cheapo depot stuff that doesn't have a lot of stick to it. I'm gonna put it down in here so I don't have to worry about my pen hitting that page. do a little bit. Let's do it like this. There we go. That's better. And then we can pull this off when I get finished. Oh, holy moly, Lynn. Lynn says it is a minus 4 degrees in Michigan where she's at. And they're getting up to 12 inches of snow in the next 48 hours. Ooh wee. Now I have too much paint now. Now the paint's really flowing. It looks kind of wacky. I'm going to try to fix it later though. I do not miss the snow days. We had some snow days when I was little. I don't even think I enjoyed the snow days because then you're just trapped in the house, and we didn't have that much money, so we were kind of poor. So, you know, it was kind of cramped spaces. It was nice to be able to go out. So snow days didn't really, that didn't excite us. We were outside kids, not like the kids now. They would enjoy snow days. But we were outside kids. Oh, I said I was going to start doing the side. Now y'all see why I put the washi on here. I love coloring. And you know what? I didn't really know how much I love coloring till a few years ago when my mom gave me some coloring books and a set of crayons because I was looking at them in the bookstore. So she gave it to me for Christmas. Now I quite enjoy coloring. It's a lot of fun. It helps me to be creative. I feel creative when I do stuff like this. I used to, when I first started coloring too, I used to be worried about messing up the pages on the back or whatever, but I'm like, half the time I don't even finish a coloring book, so why would I even be worried about that? So just go for it. You can get another coloring book. So how's it looking so far? When you guys color, or when you ladies color, do you actually do your background? I like doing the background first. But I will admit I just started doing the backgrounds because before I would just kind of color. Now I'm starting to color my backgrounds too, and I like it. Got to be careful because sometimes you think you color in the background and you're not. Like right here, that probably shouldn't have been blue because this is the inside of this urn here. So, but that's okay. I think I might know what I want to do. I might can fix that. There are no mistakes. There's no mistakes in journaling. There's no mistakes in coloring. There's no mistakes in art journaling. There's no mistakes in mixed media. The only thing there is fun. So that's what we're doing. We're going to have fun. Anybody else got their coloring books out? What kind of craft projects are y'all working on? Oh, I wanted to tell you all. I went to the movies today and I saw The Kid That Would Be King. Now, I don't have any kids with me, but sometimes I like kiddie movies. And it was a pretty good movie. It was a good kid movie, I'll put it like that. So if you have kids, it's a fantastic movie to take them to. Because sometimes movies that they say are for kids, they're not for kids. And they have like lots of innuendos and things like that that really kids don't need to be hearing. They don't really get it, but this one was a good one. So it didn't have no boyfriend girlfriend stuff in there. And it didn't have any cursing in it, so that was nice too. Yep, Lynn. I had, I think I started watching some other YouTubers that color, and I saw them doing the backgrounds, and I felt the same way. I was like, man, that really makes the page look a lot different when you do the background and then do the colors as well. So I jumped on the bandwagon because that's just how I roll. I'm a bandwagon kind of girl, kind of, kind of. All right. So it's very blotchy, but I think I know how to fix that. All right. So let me take out the small one now because I think I have got the biggest parts done already. Again, I'm shaking. You hear it? Yeah, shake your pins, and then let me just make sure that it's flowing before I get going. Flowing and getting going. So this is the long part here. So it's nice they give you, like, in that pack that I got, it gives you like it's not really a fine tip, but all right, come on out. I'm not feeling the juiciness here. Just hold it for a minute because I haven't used these in a while. There we go. We have achieved juiciness. I like going to the movies. I got this movie on Netflix. I have like the subscription that includes like the DVDs too, because sometimes things don't come on Netflix for a while. So I got the DVD subscription. I like that too. It didn't cost that much more. And um, I got this movie called Frankie and the Flash with Meryl Streep, and it was okay. I probably could have watched that on TV, but it was still kind of heartwarming. It's about this lady who is she's like part of a band, and she's a little bit of a free spirit. Don't ever have any money, and her kids, she haven't seen her kids in a while. She's still in contact with them and stuff. I'm not gonna give the whole story away. Now this seems to be darker than this, so I don't know how I feel about this now. I guess I can say this is like a shadow, but I don't know. That didn't really work out the way I wanted to. These should be the same color. See, I just got done saying I like this. And I can't get the top off. What the hootie hoo? Let me see. Oh, maybe it just needs to dry because look, this is dark too. I don't know. It might just need to dry. We shall see. I'm going to keep on going. And hopefully it won't come into, it won't be a disaster. Because I can make some disasters. I'm a pro disaster maker. I made that word up. Y'all can use it if you want to. Alright. I think I like using the black better because it's like just a lot of different colors going on with this one supposedly colored paint pen. So this probably is what's going to take me the longest. It's just going around everything. But I think that's one of the relaxing parts of doing this. Well, thank you, LL. I like sharing my creative hands on the screen. I just like sharing. I'm a I could be an oversharer sometimes, I guess. I don't mean to be. It's just part of my personality. I have to hold myself back sometimes. I actually don't have any paint on my hands, so it must be drying okay. Like I said, this is the first time I used the blue, so I don't really have a good technique on the blue thing. The black, it doesn't show as streaky, but I almost don't mind the streakiness. I'm kind of okay with that. That's how you have to be when you're doing stuff like this. You got to be okay with some of the imperfections. The imperfections are really what makes your art unique. See, if you all had this coloring book, you could be coloring with me the same page. We could pick a page together. Wouldn't that be cool to have like a coloring party? Like, oh, okay, everybody take your books out and let's just color. I'm sure that they do exist coloring parties. So this is kind of like a it's kind of like a coloring party, but maybe you're doing something different than me, which is a-okay. Before I came on, I was just kind of sitting here and I was like, I'm gonna watch me some craft room organization videos. I love watching craft room organization videos. How about you all? I like seeing in other people's space and how they do things. I get like a lot of good ideas from other people that way. So sometimes I'll just put on like some playlists with craft rooms and I'll just go for it. I'll just sit there and watch until I get tired of watching other people's craft rooms. Some people have like really minimalist craft rooms, and some people have like crazy craft rooms that take up half the house. But I guess if that's what you love, you should definitely do it. Oh, it gives it a distress. I guess it does give it a distressed look. I hadn't even thought about it like that. See, Lynn, that's why I like talking to you. That makes perfect sense. I couldn't believe, I didn't realize how long I was on last night on the live stream. I couldn't believe I was on for over 3 hours. But I'm going to tell you, I was like tired after I did that. Because usually when I do a page, I mean, that's about right because it'll take me to do a layout, it takes about 2 hours. But usually when I film it, I cut a lot of it out and I speed things up. And so, but I don't know. I think I was just kind of, I had, did my little retail art, my retail therapy thing, getting my my supplies earlier, and I went to like 4 stores, and then I did the video. So I probably was doing too much yesterday, so I was kind of tired. And then I still stayed up late, so now I'm kind of tired now. It's a double-edged sword. Sometimes I don't want to go to sleep because I feel like I'm gonna miss something. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? Gonna miss something by not going to sleep. I feel grown when I stay woke, but I'll be tired too. So I'm just thinking that's not a good thing. I try to stay awake all the time. It can't be done, especially when you have stuff to do the next day. It's not good. Oh, you're trying to catch up on the long videos? Those are long. I think Shannon told me that she likes the long videos, so when she's doing stuff, she can watch them. And sometimes I like the long videos too, and you can just put it on. You don't have to worry about fast forwarding or finding, finding another video to watch. So sometimes the long videos are fantastic. I like both. I like the short ones and I like the long ones. Especially if it's something I'm really interested in. I don't know if I'm going to get to do anything else but this. But the blue part in the background, I knew it was going to take me a minute to do it, but you know. I know I said it before, but I always feel like when I'm on video that I feel rushed, and I shouldn't feel like that. I'm not going to use that yet. So I have to tell myself, I have to do some self-talk and tell myself, take your time, Liz. It's going to be okay. Nobody's going to shoot you. I'm trying to stay in frame so y'all can see what I'm doing. I tried to put the camera so you can kind of see what I'm doing too. I know my hand probably is still in the way on some of this, but a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. It does kind of have that distressed look now that you mentioned it. Now that I look at it from afar or on the screen, it does have like that distressed look. I like that. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. Create, create, create. I miss it when I don't get a chance to create anything. Even coloring makes you feel creative. I'm concentrating, that's why I'm not talking. Concentration thing here. Yep, this is live. You are on the live video. This is not the recorded version just yet. So it's live on a Sunday evening, and we are just hanging out and chilling. Nothing fancy smancy, just chilling, relaxing, taking our time, baking bread, making journals, coloring. I'm almost done with the background. And even though this marker has kind of like a rounded tip, you can see it's not a pointed tip. It's still kind of easy to stay outside of the lines in this case. You just have to take your time. So I don't think I would want to use like a fine tip though, because it really truly would take me all day to do the background. So I wouldn't want to do that. Do I have any Star Trek fans on? I'm a huge Star Trek fan. and I'm really enjoying the Orville because even though it's not part of the Star Trek franchise, I don't think it is. It might be. Um, I really enjoy that show since there's no Star Trek going on right now. I watched an episode last night. I like all the characters and everything. But I'm surprised they don't have that many episodes in a season. So I have an app on my phone where you can see when shows are canceled or when the next episode of things are coming out. You know how sometimes, like during the wintertime, not wintertime, but during the Christmas season, a lot of shows go on hiatus and you don't know when they're coming back on. This app will show you like when the next episodes are coming on or when they're not because they get canceled and all kinds of stuff. So I love that app. So it shows that the Orville still has a few more episodes, but they're only going to have like 9 episodes in season 2. Like that's not enough for me because I like going back and watching, but I want to see some new ones. And I've seen some shows like Grimm. They had like 25 episodes in each season. So I don't know why the Orville can't have more. I want more. I want more. I want more. One good thing about doing an outline too is that when you're actually coloring, you don't have to worry too much about going outside of the lines because your background kind of hides a multitude of sins, of coloring sins. We're getting there, y'all. We are getting there. My crafting adventures. Do y'all find that like your crafting kind of changes over time? Like you might start like doing needlepoint and then you decide you want to do like knitting for a while and you put that away and then you start doing like coloring for a while and then I call those like chapters, those like crafting chapters because there's so many things that you could do to kind of keep your hands busy and your mind kind of relaxed. Going around the corner. She'll be going around the corner when she comes. She'll be going around the corner when she comes. I told y'all, it doesn't matter to me when people sing. If they sing, they're happy. So that means I'm happy because I'm singing. Singing some crazy song. Oh, you like the live ones? I like live videos too. I was crazy about live videos. Okay, I think this one is a little wrap. I'm going to put a little bit more blue from the big one on here. Just to give like a little bit more darkness in some areas. I ain't really thinking too much about it. Now that we determined that that adds a stress kind of look, I'm just gonna. I like that idea because there's some light spots and there's some dark spots. So we're gonna embrace all the spots. Oh, I finally got some ink on my hand. Let's see. But dun, 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 I always have a wet wipe available. I don't think it's gonna get that ink off, but you know, I'm gonna try it anyway. Let's see. So Lynn said, as far as crafting goes, she started out with card making and then moved to scrapbooking, and now she likes mixed media and art journaling. That's kind of cool. You know what? I have not gotten into the card making, but oh, I missed a spot, y'all. But I've been since I have a new die cutter, which I haven't used really yet, and I'm gonna do kind of a little bit of a review of my thoughts on the one that I got. Soon, it's coming soon. Um, Ever since I got that, I might have the card making itch, but I don't know. I'm kind of practical, so I'll need to find a way to use the cards first before I decide to go all in and start making cards. But I like the mixed media and the art journaling a lot. Okay. Let's see. So Crafty said it kind of looks like the breaks in the water in the sky. It does. I like that. I like the way that came out. All right. So we'll just go ahead and put these away. Cause you know I can make a mess when I'm crafting. It was out of control in here yesterday, and I was so tired I couldn't even go back and fix things up. All right. So what I'm going to do this time also, instead of using since I made this mistake right here, well, we're not really calling it a mistake. It's a coloring blemish. I'm going to use a black in this area in the inside of this urn. And that'll be probably the last marker that I use. So let's shake it up. Hear it? And remember, there's like a little ball in there. You can't wait to see the review. I don't know if it'll be so much of a review because I've never used a die cut. Well, I never used a manual die cutting machine. Of course, I have my Cricut, which is a die cutting machine as well. And I also have the Brother Scan and Cut, which I don't know how to use yet. And I've had it for a while. And I really need to figure out how to use it. But I'm definitely gonna share that one. I was excited to get the die cutting machine. Now I really feel like a crafter, because what crafter doesn't have, well, I know there are some crafters that don't have die cutting machines, but I'm hitting it big time with that one. I feel like a big shot. Maybe that's why one of the die cutting machines that's out there is called a big shot. Makes you feel like a big shot crafter. That's so stupid, isn't it? I know. Y'all be saying some crazy stuff sometimes. You all just don't know. I think I'm a lot of fun to be around though. Even when I say crazy stuff. I feel like I'm painting something. Try not to make any coloring blemishes this time. You just want to see me play with the machine? I want to play with it too. I have to make sure I have enough time to do it. Maybe that's what I'll do next weekend. It'll be like maybe Thursday. Either Thursday or Friday. Because I know that's going to be heading into the week. And we all like to start our weekends relaxing. And that probably is like a good way to start. Start by taking a look at Lizzie's new die cutting machine. Alright, so now I'm going to use the little one. Gotta shake it up because I haven't used this one yet. Shake it up. Oh, let's see. Alright, that looks pretty good there. Alright. do the edges. And then once I do that, then I'll be all done with the markers. And I can get to the finally get to the pencils. I even did some layouts with just the Crayola pencils that you can get from the dollar store. But I will tell you though, I did get some. I got some markers, some Crayola markers from the dollar store when I first started, and I love those things. Those super tips. But it's cheaper to get them like at Michael's or something like that and use a coupon than to get them at some dollar stores. Because you can get a larger size pack and you can get it on the cheap. So, whereas at the dollar store, sometimes you're not really getting a deal, but I don't think people realize that. Sometimes it's not a deal to buy stuff for $1. Because a lot of the times, as you know, as far as the unit cost goes, you're just not getting your money's worth. Linda said when she got her die cutting machine, she felt like a big dog too. Me too. I'm like, ooh, I'm excited to use it. But I haven't even really started watching like videos like on YouTube to see how people use theirs because I suspect a lot of people use theirs in card making. And I'm not a card into the card making thing at this moment. Never say never though. Never say never. I really got it. My intention when I got it was to use it like for like quick die cuts when I was doing projects or making journals. So that was my intention. That's my word for the year, intention. Try to do things with a plan, not just have empty goals. Actually have some plans to go with those goals. Ooh, I like this so far. I guess technically, I never tried to like color like a whole page just using markers. So that might be something I might try to do. So Crafty says that she's been playing around with cutting shapes from aluminum cans with her die machine. Can you do that? Oh, I would be afraid to do that. So I guess you would have to get like the deep cut dies, like the real thick ones that Tim Holtz has out, those alterations. Am I correct about that? Oh, you have a cuddle bug. And it'll cut aluminum cans. How do you open up the can? See, I wish I could talk to you. Because that sounds very interesting. I didn't know you could do something like that. Now I'm going to have to go on YouTube. I'm going to have to go on YouTube and see if somebody has video. Do any of you do videos? I know some people just watch on here and some people actually have channels that they put videos up. So let me know if you are actually a YouTube content creator. Because that would be good for everybody to know. Crafty, if you have one, you need to do a video on that can thing. Because that sounds really, really interesting. See, she's concentrating. That's why I'm not talking. And see, this is one reason why I like this coloring book because it's not so intricate. It's like the spaces on a lot of these pages are just big enough to give you like some satisfaction instead of all those little bitty pieces. I guess you don't have to color each little bitty piece, but I guess it depends on you. That's when you find out what kind of personality people have. Like I guess like with a psychiatrist when they show you like the ink blot things. I've only seen that on TV though, and they say what does this look like? I guess that's kind of how it is with these coloring books, these adult coloring books. It's like when you see uh, spaces like this, how does it make you feel? How do those little spaces make you feel? The little bitty ones, they intimidate me. I try to do them, but it's like I don't. I already know in the beginning I probably won't finish it. This is too much for me. I let it beat me before I get started, and I'm a patient person. I mean, I probably could finish it, but it's like I don't. I might not want to spend that much time. It might be too much. All right, here we go. Coming around the corner again. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. She'll be coming around the corner when she comes. All right, I like this. All right, I think I'm done with the markers now. So let's see here. So Lynn says she got her die cut maker originally for cards, but she has found that she can do a lot of stuff with it. All right, so let's see. We are already over an hour, and I don't want to stay on too long because for real, y'all, I'm kind of tired. So as much as I want to start doing another color, I don't want to start taking colors out and start doing stuff. So what I'm going to do is save this for next week. So this is as far as we're going to go for next week. And what do you all think so far? You like it? I like it so far. Because I like the blue, and I like everybody's suggestion about how the blue looks on here, and I love that. Yeah, when you all made those suggestions, it like changed my mind about how I felt about this page. I mean, I like the page already, but I was like, that just I like saw something different when you all said something about it, so that was nice. See, you can see my reaction. I like it. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure if you haven't done so already, y'all make sure you give this video a thumbs up so far, and I'm gonna go and put like part one on here, and I'll maybe change the title just a little bit. So then when we do another part, if you miss it, then you'll see part two to this video. Maybe I'll make like a playlist of the coloring, and that'll probably be more helpful, of course. Okay, so I'm just trying to I'm still reading the chat because I know, and I'm kind of stalling a little bit because I know that that lag. So I'm looking at the comments as well. So let me just come back up here. All right, so that's as far as we're gonna go today. When I said that, that reminded me of the play Oklahoma. I love that play. Y'all love musicals. Y'all learning so much about me today. So that's where we're at so far. See, it looks different in this light. Okay, so if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. If you don't get the notifications and you want to know when I pop in, make sure you hit that little bell that's next to the subscription button. That's your notification button. So you want to click that also. And I want to thank all over 4,000 people who have subscribed to the channel. They're so awesome. I love sharing and everything like that. So I'm looking forward to next week. So I don't know for sure, but just be looking for your notification to come up. And if you're interested in this coloring book, I have a limited supply of these because once they're gone, they're going to be gone. So these are over at pleasantcreations.com. So you can check that out. Go to pleasantcreations.com. And I really love this book. So still reading the chat, y'all. Still got some chattage going on. All right, Crafty. Okay, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and shove off and get some rest and just kind of veg out on the couch for a little while before I go to sleep. Thanks again for coming on. So, with that, I'm going to say love, peace, and hair grease. From your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie, have a fantabulous day and enjoy life.